Hmm. So we want, believe it or not that I'm trying to speak for you, but at the higher level of if we desire to go to a higher level of consciousness, to be more liberated from ego, to go into 5D, however you want to articulate it, we want our stuff to come up. I know it sounds a little crazy, but I figure you all get that. And we want it to come up because we need to see it in order to heal it. We need to feel it to heal it. We need to see it to heal it. So what's happening right now in the collective is all of the shit's coming up, right? And we often look at the outer world and see, those of us with eyes to see the revelation of the shadow, right? But then it comes up in our own lives. And it's harder in some ways to deal with that because we don't necessarily want to. And it can manifest in a lot of different ways. I mean, your soul program is unique to you. And so your soul program you set with your guides before you came into this incarnation included addressing a lot of the stuff that you had not resolved in other lifetimes. This is why sometimes we feel like we're getting our ass kicked by the universe because it's one thing after another. And it can be anything. Like right now, I'm dealing with cystic acne. Like, really? I thought I got rid of that when I stopped bleeding and, after my perimenopausal years. But the energetic is what I look to. Okay, so yeah, I have to sort the issue, but physiologically in a nourishing way. But what is the symbolic issue? It could be relationships. It could be health. It could be money stuff. That's another one a lot of people are dealing with because the programming in the collective is a hardcore push to keep people contracted and in fear. So wherever our fear contraction is, and we all share a sort of collective thing about the money stuff, that trigger is going to happen too. So our resistance to what is arising doesn't necessarily serve us. However, that doesn't mean that we aren't gentle with ourselves. So this is where I kind of want to connect in and get some discernment and also support even for myself. So let me just feel what's coming through. So I'm getting the Mary energy coming in. Yes. And a call to, I'm hearing pace yourself, pace yourself. It's okay to receive, to experience a challenge, a shock to the system, something unexpected, something uncomfortable, something that feels like you want to resist it. And to give yourself pause, to actually create spaciousness in order to allow the unfoldment of the awareness of the layers of the challenge, we'll say, that you're facing, so that there is enough openness to be available to the deeper meaning, the deeper opportunity for healing and clearing, and the resources to heal and clear. So what we observe from the higher realms of witnessing humanity is that the typical response to challenge is resistance, denial, attack, all the ways to not have to own or deal with a problem. And this can be anything from navigating taxes to health challenges to, as this conduit said, all the lists that she included. There's a tendency, and it's within the ego construction, to put the brakes on or react and attack, counterattack. But either way, it's a contractive energy. There's a contractive energy that is the typical ego response. what we are inviting for those of you who recognize that your challenges are in fact your opportunities to heal at a deeper level, to enlighten yourself, to release your burdens, to love them up into higher light frequency, is to actually give yourself pause, to be able to unpack the layers, the themes at play, the patterns, and to also give yourself permission to be loving and kind. Because often beneath the reaction to a human's experience of what they don't want, unseen often by them, unrecognized, is a self-beratement, a self-judgment, a self-criticism, patterning of beliefs. The programming comes up, the programming arises. So if the programming is you never do anything right, that will come up. If the programming is everyone does me wrong, that will come up. If the programming is why can't I just, that victim energy, that will come up. Whatever the programming is, it will come up. So by giving pause, you allow yourself permission to step back, to witness both the circumstances that need resolution, solution, a higher order of love, as well as your own, the pattern recognition. And it also allows you the spaciousness to be more kind to yourself. So for this conduit, for example, her historic pattern had been that when she received a message that was upsetting to her, she would counteract and counter-respond right away. And while she has certainly not perfected this, she has learned to give pause, to wait, to let it settle, to let the dust settle, to observe at different levels, different perspectives, we could say. What is being triggered? Why? What is causing distress or upset? What are the true feelings that need to be teased out here? And from that position, then ask, what is the best solution? At this time, there is a continued acceleration of the light quotient that is causing the human consciousness to wake up from its slumber, to be disrupted from its patternings, to be shaken loose out of a level of contraction, lack of self-awareness, and fear that has been part of the human condition for a long period of time. Now, those who have effective spiritual practices which allow the clearing of shadow material will fare better in that they have tools to apply the power of forgiveness, the power of loving kindness, the power of self-awareness. These are invaluable. And of course, those of you listening to this will know that many humans do not have those tools, yet they are receiving the same levels of light quotient frequency as you are. And so this is an especial call, reminder that love and compassion, kindness, patience are called for, are essential right now for yourself, first of all, and for all those who are outplaying the deeper collective shadow that is being asked to be purged from human consciousness. This is a slow process on the one hand, for as you can see, there are many upon your planet living in many different conditions, circumstances, soul evolutionary consciousnesses. And yet the acceleration of the light continues. So we invite you to breathe. We invite you to be patient, to be kind to yourselves. And we encourage you to seek the higher order, the loving kindness, the forgiving acceptance. That is what we call Christ consciousness. For ultimately, you are all one, we are all one with our Creator, and that oneness is the quality of love. So when you are faced with difficult challenges, uncertainties, discomfort, fear, give yourself the spaciousness to feel, to love up in frequency, whatever part of you is going through this, and to remind yourself that you are one with your Creator. You are one with all of life. And your dream of separation need not determine the true nature of who you are. In fact, it cannot. And so we say, be at peace, be kind, be patient, be present, and lovingly care for yourself and accept the challenges that present themselves, knowing that this is your path to a greater liberation through a consciousness that becomes more aligned with the divine. We thank you. We are with you. Call upon us for support whenever you need.